for government policy to materialize into the physical benefit that people can identify with, the house that everybody wants, we have to build institutions that administer and plan. And institutions are really the organization of people. And when you organize people, it forms in terms of networks, but it also forms a culture and hopefully the strive for excellence. Within the formation of the new social housing unit, we have a technical team. Now this technical team is all resourced by women. And I want to introduce to you Ms. McLaren, who is head of the technical unit in the new social housing program. And I will turn over to you to introduce your team and tell us about this project.
Good afternoon, everyone. So I'm joined here today by Ms. Gabrielle Morgan and Ms. Shelby Robinson, a part of the technical team at the new social housing program. And today, as you know, we're here for the groundbreaking ceremony of the Haven, 41 to 43 Hanover Street. Now, for this project, when the team came in, and there are more members of the team, when we came in, we saw the conditions and we saw that definitely the need was there for some kind of renewal in this space. And so also looking at the physical context of downtown Kingston, we knew that we couldn't just come and drop in housing and come and just drop in what could fit any other space. We have to look at the space and respond very directly to what's happening in this space, both physically and socially. And as you would have mentioned before, PM, in the speech before, we look at downtown's context and we see that there's a rise in mixed-use development. And historically as well, you can see that the ground floor is usually lined by some kind of retail space or public space, spaces that invite persons in, allow for commerce. And then on the upper levels, you'll have people living. And so we try to reintroduce that concept in this project in a more contemporary way, uniformed way, and also blending in with the context as we see it developing. So that was the guidance for this project. There are 18 units, a mix of studios, 1 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, and 3 bedrooms. So it's a really, mixed project. But at the end of the day, we do see it becoming a wonderful space for persons to live, really improving the condition and just enhancing quality of life overall.
So I'm looking here and immediately I can see the shutter.
Right, so that's the shutter door for the shop space.
Suggests that this will be the shop space.
Right on the sidewalk.
And I notice you're going 3 stories up.
3 stories, right? Because in these areas you do have higher densities, and even when you look at development and planning orders, you see that this area is really zoned for higher densities. And so that's why we did go 3 stories for this particular project while still trying to work within the constraints of the size of the site.
One of the challenges that I have encountered having worked, thank you my friend, having worked on projects like these, is that the older persons find it very difficult to climb the stairs.
Right.
So how are you going to ensure that, if someone gets a unit and they were, let's say they got a top floor unit, and as they get older, would there be the potential for them to switch units, and how could that work?
For starters, typically when we're planning any of the multifamily projects, we look at the beneficiaries. We really assess what the project officers have researched for the beneficiaries, and we typically allocate the ground floor units for the older persons. Anyone who has special needs or physical challenges usually are allocated or given the lower floor units. And so, of course, because this will be a very community-driven space and we expect persons to be living in harmony, I'm sure that in the future, if there needs to be, adjustments,
a private arrangement.
Right.
So we're not just building concrete and saying, here, take it. We also have a social unit that does quite a bit of work, and in our next presentation, we'll highlight the social services unit that works along with the beneficiaries to help them understand what it means to own your own home, the responsibilities that come with it, and the need for maintenance and constant investment in property. So again, I want to highlight the technical services unit in the new social housing program. They make the project work.